So as you read this question, it becomes clear this is a triple Venn diagram question. And so we have 15 members, and they all speak one or more of three languages. So there's no outside here, meaning this is really zero if you're looking at people who speak none of these three languages. So that's we can discard that part. And I'm going to label this as S for Spanish, F for French, G for German. 1/3 speaks Spanish, so this entire circle is 5. French is 2/5, that would be 6. Again, entire circle. And then German is 2/3, that would be 10. Again, the entire circle. 1 speaks all three languages. Question is, how many speak exactly 2 of the languages? So we're really looking for this plus that plus this. So I'm going to put letters A, B, and C. Again, A represents what is in that region, and that's how I always do these questions. And we know that all of these regions added up have to add up to 15. So that's the condition we need to apply. So the way I do this is, so again, I don't rely on the triple Venn diagram formula. I don't want to stress my brain by memorizing it. I think it's easier to just add the different regions. So if we look at this entire circle, we already know that's 5. So I'm going to replace that with 5. So I don't have to do this plus that plus this because I know this entire circle is 5. So I've taken this into account. Now I just have to add this region, this middle one, which is C, and then this one. Okay, so I'll start with this one. I know the entire circle is 6. So this piece here would be 6 minus C minus 1 minus B. I hope that this makes sense. Sometimes students ask me, like, how did you make that jump? Well, I'm just subtracting this piece, that triple overlap, and then that from 6 because that's the total circle. So I have to add that. And then finally, I have to add this region from this portion here. And that's going to be 10 minus C minus 1 minus A. You can write in any order. So this is our relationship. And you'll notice that this C and that C cancels out. Numbers 10, 20, and then minus 1. That would be 19. So 15 is 19. And then what letters are we left? Minus B, minus A, minus C. You'll note that if I move it to the other side, that becomes A plus B plus C. And then I get 19 minus 15, which is 4. Note, this is exactly what I need that I labeled here. And so there are 4 students or members who speak exactly 2 of the languages. Answer E. So I hope this makes sense. I think there was another question like this in one of the older GMAT guides, and I think that used to create some confusion in terms of how I'm adding these different regions. I mean, certainly you can apply the triple Venn diagram formula. It's really the same, but I just don't bother memorizing it because a lot of these questions on the GMAT, they give you kind of these made-up relationships where they might relate this and say this is 1/3 of the total number of students who speak exactly 2 of the languages. So then you get all sorts of difficult relationships, and I think it's easier by just labeling these regions with whatever quantities either you're given or variables you bring in. And then you just deal with it once you write the overall relationship. So to summarize here, the answer is E.